for there he waits. For all of us, this is my fatal.
Right now what you hear is the sound check here at Webster Hall, where the Black Metal Warfare Tour has arrived. I'm here with Erik from WATAIN. Welcome back to New York, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Your last show here caused a bit of controversy. Would you say in a positive or negative way the fact that, you know, TMZ covered it and they made such a big deal about something that you've been doing for so long and they finally realized, okay, this man is to be taken seriously?
It's a good thing, absolutely. But at the same time, I mean, there's a lot to be said about what happened there and then with those news reporters. I mean, there's a lot of the reports that are just outright wrong, that are just based on like wanting to create controversy. And I mean, okay, they're running our errands, fine, you know, but at the same time, it's always like I really would have liked to just gone to that office and punch at least a few people very, very hard between the legs, you know. But in the end, the devil always wins, and it certainly, you know, the reports were to our benefit in the end. So.
What were some of the things said, printed, that you were really pissed off about?
I think that, you know, it's very clear that this was about, you know, the classic so-called journalist idea about sensationalism being the fastest way to, you know, engage readers or, you know, get more readers. People want to read about gnarly, savory things, and they thought that they stumbled on one. And the reports were very, like, you know, they didn't really try to hide that this was all about creation. I mean, it was all about sensationalism. It was all about fucking, you know, they thought that they had all of the sudden located the last little Indian tribe in the Amazonas, you know. Something like that, you know what I mean? It's like these people thought that they had discovered something completely new and like, oh, look at this, while in fact this is what we've been doing for the past 15 years. And that's, you know, it's hard not to frown upon that, you know, and a bit to like laugh a bit scornfully at it, but at the same time, you know, fuck it. Like I said, they're running our errands by putting it out everywhere, so fuck it, you know.
And we're here in New York, third date of the tour with Mayhem and Revenge. First of all, is Mayhem in town? Were they able to finally make it here?
Fuck, I don't dare to answer that, man. You better go with.
You haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, they're here. Part of the band is here. The last thing I heard, and I mean, yeah, I've heard a lot over these past 3 days, but the last thing I heard is that one of them is going to arrive like an hour before stage time. So we'll see, man.
We'll see what happens.
Fingers crossed.
But it got you to play a longer set. Does that mean that you guys have a lot of songs prepared? You have to like be like last minute, being okay, we have to play these extra songs today.
Nah, that was not a problem at all for us to do. That was, you know, that was cool. But and even, I mean, we had two great shows, despite the fact that Mayhem weren't here. So it worked out, you know. We always make it work, but it'll be good to do the full package tonight. I'm actually really curious as to how it's all just gonna roll, you know.
A great opportunity too, though, to play longer set, kind of get away from your comfort zone in a way.
It was a good warm up. I mean, we usually do like 1 hour 20-minute sets. That's usually our, you know, around that time we play. But with Mayhem we're gonna do 1 hour each, so it's actually gonna be shorter than what we usually do. But I mean, I think in this case, you know, where you have Revenge, WATAIN, and Mayhem in a row, it's certainly, I think it's good to keep it kind of short, you know, because it needs to stay intense throughout the whole thing. And I believe that if you narrow it down a bit, it also creates more tension and more power.
Yeah, it's very intense music. It's not like you go there and you kind of just watch the band. This is music that really, you know, hits you the entire time. So I think an hour set is good.
Yeah, definitely.
And anything you're excited about coming up this year or next year? Anything exciting coming up?
I think I mean, we've been a very much here and now kind of band, and I myself as a person as well. I know that we're in New York now and we're going to Boston tomorrow, and that's about it, you know. For me, that's where I have my focus. But I mean, I've seen bits of the future unwurling in front of me, and it doesn't look too bright, man. I mean, in a positive way. I mean, WATAIN's music is also meant to do exactly the same thing, to bring corruption into what is pure and innocent, to bring filth into what is into the clean world, you know, of the Western society to unroot, you know, to create upheaval, to create chaos where there is order, to create lawlessness where there is law. You know. That is very much what, well, heavy metal in general is about for me, you know. All with the aim of liberation, you know. The aim is always total freedom, total liberation.
And Erik, what was on your first mixtape? When you got it from maybe a cousin, what was on your first mixtape that you remember?
The first one was all Beatles and Stones because that's like my introduction to music, and I listen to that stuff all the time still. And I don't know, the second one that maybe created a little more rings on the water, so to speak, was when I first got to hear like Slayer and Metallica and Guns N' Roses on the same mixtape. After that, I was fucked, you know, no way back.
And what was your first metal concert as a kid?
Yeah, that was Metallica in 1993, 31st of May 93 in Stockholm. The first big metal show that I ever went to, and I mean it changed everything, you know. It changed how I looked upon my own future because I knew that somehow I would be a part of what was going on there, you know, in one way or another, you know, as in going to a lot of shows or as in creating similar experiences for people, you know. But it's surely like that was a very crucial point in my life. They opened with Creeping Death, like big fucking pyro shooting out of the stage, and I mean, as a kid, I didn't even know that pyro was something that you had on stage, you know. And all of a sudden there's like flames bursting out on the stage, accompanied by Creeping Death. And like, there is a war going on here. You know, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, I mean, that does something to you, right? When you're a 12-year-old kid.
And how do you tackle the moment that a venue tells you that you can't do pyro, so it kind of changes your show? What do you guys do then?
I mean, the pyro has never been a very central part of the American tours because people are so fucking... They all have the great white fear, you know. So we just do it otherwise, you know, in other ways that we see fit in order to deliver our message and in order to create the atmosphere that we need to create. There are many ways of doing that. Fire is a very good one, but there are other ways as well.
A lot of production tricks.
Yeah, I will see.
Would you see yourself in the future maybe writing a book about your experiences and, you know, we're talking about the philosophy of religion, anything like that?
I mean, I'm always writing, you know. It's something that I consider one of my like main occupations, so to say. It's what I do besides being in WATAIN. So there's definitely plans along those lines, you could say. Yeah, but how and when, and it's definitely not going to be like your regular rock biography, so to say, you know. But there are definitely plans of different kinds.
That'd be very interesting. And as far as new music, before we get out here, anything coming up? Agenda, maybe?
Like I said, you know, we're in New York now. We're going to Boston tomorrow, and that's where my focus is right now.
All right, I want to thank you very much, man. Have a great tour, safe travels, and keep doing what you do, man, because I think what you do is legit, and you're stuck to it, you know, so many years later. You know, you're not playing, as I said before, the most accessible metal. You're playing the most extreme metal.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very rewarding insight to have after 16 years, that you're still doing something that you can stand behind for 100%, you know. I think that's one of the biggest reward with being in this band. Definitely.
Have a good show tonight, brother.
Thank you.
Every time